Australia and Serbia underway. Australia in yellow, Serbia in blue, and it's Luke Paul immediately dashing in and setting up the offense for Australia to quickly get on the board with Yaya Bassarin. Well, Luke Paul said that the most underrated part of his game is his downhill ability, and he shows it off early for Australia. Bassarin's 7-foot presence makes a difference. Bjelica rolls to the rim and scores. Petar Bjelica was fantastic in the Eurobasket tournament. He's the top player, 6'9". Serbia loves those big forwards that can stretch the floor. Here's a look inside for Paul. Tried to swing it out to Ariang, and it's knocked away. Serbia pushes the pace with Pavlovic, and Ariang takes it right back. Serbia, their senior national team is headlined. There's a nice drive and score for Antonio Brown. The Serbian senior national team is headlined by some stretch forwards, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Nikola Jovic. Filip Jovic, a guy who played on the U-17 squad for Serbia the last time they were here in 2022. Filip Jovic of UCLA, previously Auburn. They also had Viktor Mikic of Florida. He became the first Serbian to win an NCAA title. Aleksej Pokashevsky, NBA talent, played on the U-17 Serbian team in 2018. We go back and forth early in this one. Serbia knots it up at 4 apiece. Nice drive and score. Nikola Kusturic, 20 points, 7.7 rebounds per game in last year's Eurobasket tournament. Stevan Mijovic, the head coach for Serbia. For Australia, Greg Vanderjagt, who also coached the U-16 team last year. Triggered in for Ariang up top, and he looks for Paul. You can see the game plan early. Get the ball in the hands of Luke Paul and let him go to work. The reverse layup, can't get it to go. He's the quarterback of this offense, 6'6" point guard. Paul now 17, but at 16 years and 10 months, he became the youngest player to sign an NBL Next Stars contract. Look inside for Bjelica for another score. That Next Stars program has had players like LaMelo Ball, Alex Sarr, Josh Giddey, and Luke Paul trying to become the next on the long line of successful players from that program. Antonio Brown dashes inside for the floater. Scouting report on Brown says he's got good footwork, ball handling, and inside finishing, and he shows off all three. Takeaway for Australia, they get it to Paul in the backcourt. Luke Paul had a near triple-double in last year's gold medal game in the Asia Cup. 26 points, 10 boards, 9 assists. Fantastic all-tournament, and he showed off the entire skill set in the big win over China, 85-58. Australia seems to run through the U-16 Asia Cup every year. 4 straight gold medals. Offensive board for Bjelica, and it's knocked out of bounds. We'll stay here with the Serbians. Serbia has made it to 5 of 8 U-17 World Cups. Brown got a piece of it at the end, and it stays with Serbia. Here's Semyonovsky, dishes inside. They'll let Kusturic go to work, but it's going the other way. Two of the deeper teams that you'll find at this tournament, Australia and Serbia, both have a lot of players that can come off the bench and make an impact. There is some height that we have not seen for both sides as well. Rare mistake from Paul over the head of Brown, and Serbia immediately takes. Paul tries to slam on the brakes, hits the deck, keeps it alive for Ariang. Swing for Brown. It's back up high for Paul, the handler for Australia. Paul lobs it inside, and it's taken away. 2 straight turnovers for Luke Paul. Uncharacteristic for the point guard. Stepping into a triple, too strong. Upstairs for the rebound is Brown. He can also handle the rock along with Paul. Brown slashes inside. Bassaran lays it in. Drive and kick seems to be the game plan early for the Australians, who have a 1-point lead. Pustoritz tried to leave it off. Bassaran in the passing lane. Pace for Australia with Hamilton. Brown keeps it alive. We haven't seen Will Hamilton much. Here he is driving baseline. Hamilton takes on contact, can't finish through it. He's a bully ball player, good finisher, and a vocal leader. Big block for Ariang. It'll stay with Serbia. First action for the Serbian big man, Luka Miladinovic. Limited minutes, but he was on the squad last year. Akur leaves it for Paul, is swinging around. Paul, top of the key, 3 with Tini, too strong. Stepanovic brings it the other way. And an offensive foul against Vuk Stepanovic. Australia is not making it easy for this Serbia offense with a lot of power from Serbia, but they seem to back off as soon as Australia gets it in. Watini now leading the offense for the Australians. Up high for Paul, screen from Mabbutt. On the pick and roll, Alex Mabbutt lays it in. The 6'9" forward with his first bucket works the pick and roll with Paul to perfection. Ripped away by Akur. Going in amongst the trees as Watini drives in, and he's fouled hard. Both to go. Group D also represented by Ivory Coast and Venezuela. Corner 3 from Milicic, way off into the hands of Paul. Australia and Serbia are the 2 favorites in Group 6. This is a powerful top of Group D. USA and France play today. Those are numbers 1 and 3. Nice finish from Mabbutt for his 2nd straight bucket. Ivory Coast and Venezuela, respectively, 14 and 15 in the power rankings. They finish out Group D. Australia with another block. They are not making things easy as they race down the floor, and it's poked in by Paul. Kick to the corner, triple, too strong. That was actually Josh McCann with that last finish for Australia, and a deep 3 drops. Matija Lukic shows off the range. Serbia needed that one badly. Stops an 8-0 Australian run. Already 4 lead changes and 4 ties in this first quarter that's about to come to a close. And Australia can't do anything with the final point lead. They shot 63% on twos, while Serbia was under 27% from inside the arc. Overall, Australia in that first quarter shot 53%, Serbia at 26%. And you have to credit Australia's defense for part of that. 5 blocks in the first 10 minutes. Serbia had just 1. Serbia's ball to begin the second frame, and Kusturic goes to work, fades away. That one, a high arcer, was off. Luke Paul and Andrew Wattini quarterbacking the offense. Mabbutt, bully ball to the basket, he missed it. Alex Mabbutt had 2 straight makes after coming off the bench. Averaged a near double-double in last year's Under-16 Asia Cup. 3-on-1 for Australia, pushing the pace, and an easy lay-in. Josh McCann with the deuce. Australia back up 7, but Serbia, oh, they can't cut into it. It was in, around, and out. Lucas Byrne off the bench. We haven't called his name yet. Paul gets the screen. Shot clock at 3. Mabbutt gets fouled. Australia's gold medal in the U-16 Asian tournament. 12.5 points per game, and he has not taken a shot yet. Here's Josh McCann up high, looks back door for Wattini, but it's going the other way. An offensive foul gives it right back to Serbia. Foul goes against Alex Mabbutt. Paul, change of speed. That's a big part of his game. Triple is too strong from Josh McCann, who off the bench. First personal against McCann. Some early foul trouble for Serbia to keep an eye on. Miladinovic and Bjelica have 3 fouls apiece already. Brown tries to get inside, can't finish off the glass. Serbia with numbers. Quick pop, that's off. Maybe a little impatient on the right wing 3. Bassaran the rebound, and Brown pushes it ahead. Brown goes to the left, pulls it back out. Paul works with Bassaran. Brown to the corner. Byrne a 3. That's short. Got his own rebound, and Byrne finishes. Serbia wastes no time. Off the mark. Rebound initially ripped down by Paul and then taken away by Veselinovic. Siemianowski lost the handle, still fighting for it, and Brown comes away with it. Paul sets the table, he gets fouled.
Buckets at the buzzer. And these fans in Kobe, they love it. They absolutely love seeing it.
Australia on top of Serbia by 10 as the Serbians, led by head coach Stevan Mijovic, need to call a timeout. Group D action rolling on. Venezuela and Ivory Coast are set to tip off. That one live coming up in just a moment. All games at the U-17 World Cup broadcast on the FIBA YouTube channel. Serbia could use an answer. They get it inside. Basaran is not making it easy in there. The 7-footer is giving Serbia trouble in the paint. Now Basaran offensively, back to Paul. Slipping to the floor, and it's scooped up by Semyonovsky. Works against Ariang. Semyonovsky leans in off the glass, no. Feels like Serbia at times is rushing their shots while Australia getting a little later into the shot clock. This time, Paul quickly to the basket. Basaran is there on the follow. Eight points for Yaya Basaran, leading Australia. Neither did Brown, and Luke Paul is going to the line, and he finally is on the board. It took 15 minutes and 18 seconds, 13 minutes of game action for Luke Paul to get on the board, and 4 free throws for Paul. The technical foul on top of the common foul. What a swing in favor of Australia, and you can't give Luke Paul freebies. So this is the last of the technical free throws. And Luke Paul gives Australia a 16-point lead. They are doubling up Serbia, outscoring them 13-2 in this second quarter, and they get the basketball right back. Paul off the Basaran screen, leans in. It's an offensive foul. It's 10 for Serbia. But the points off turnovers is where Australia capitalized more. 14 of them and 12 fast break points compared to Serbia's 2. Australia basketball to get the second half underway. Group D action rolling on at the U-17 World Cup. Luke Paul, quiet scoring in the first half. The only points he had came at the free throw line, but 3 rebounds and 3 assists as the second effort drops in. John Ariang on the offensive glass for his second basket. Serbia has owned the offensive glass over Australia. 12 offensive boards, Australia with 6, but that lasts. Long 3 to get Serbia's second half scoring started. Pustoritz from downtown. Ariang was open down low. Paul shake and bake up top. Bounce pass. Basaran to the left hand. What a finish from Yaya Basaran. The 7-footer's got 12 points. Pustoritz. Veselinovic lost the handle, and then here's a steal from Wateen, but right out of bounds. The top of this group is one of the stronger. Australia and Serbia, the top two teams in this group. Group A has a very strong top, USA and France. We saw a great one from Canada and Lithuania in Group B, an upset win for Lithuania as Ariang says no. Brown with the look inside, but an offensive foul off the ball going against Basiran as he extended the elbow on Veselinovic. Full court pressure from Antonio Brown. Drive inside over Brown. Semyonovsky couldn't get it to fall, and another foul. And this was a very quick moving first half, and already several whistles in the first 2 minutes and change of the second. Paul gets the screen from Basiran. Luke Paul still no field goals. Great feed for the flush from Ariang. What a look from Luke Paul to the cutting John Ariang. Foul against Hamilton and an and one. Back and forth we go, just like early in the game. Matija Lukic with a chance at the three-point play. Lukic converts. He's into double figures with 10 points. He had 7 in the first quarter. Kusturic leading the charge with 12. Serbia trailing by 12. Brown, kick, Hamilton wide open, missed it. Offensive rebound for Paul, and there's his first field goal. Luke Paul has been active on the glass, and he gets the field goal to drop after his 4th rebound. And speaking of offensive rebounds, Serbia gets the second chance bucket from Lukic. Brown wheels around, another off. Bjelica for Serbia has 4, and Miladinovic has 3. Kusturic tries a contested 3 off the heel, and it's slowed down for Paul. Paul, Ariang, Akur. He's got a strong catch and shoot game if they can set him up with a look, but another foul. It was off the ball in the battle between Lukic and Paul. And they got the foul against Matija Lukic. Just his first personal. Paul drives inside, can't get it. And the big man Durovic back in the game, pulls down the rebound. Quick transition 3. Serbia back within single digits, and it's Matija Lukic again. He has 15 points in the blink of an eye. Ariang on the drive. Second effort over Durovic. Brown got the steal and got fouled. Brown, quick trigger. Brown gets it back. Brown to the paint. Kick it out, McCann. Baseline drive, reverse layup for Josh McCann. These Australian guards are finding a way to score when it seems impossible. Fourth quarter is underway. Michael Cerrone with you in Istanbul, Turkey. Day one of the U-17 World Cup. And Australia here in Group D, up 11 in the final 10 minutes. Luke Paul with those 3 fouls does start the fourth quarter, and he gets fouled. Again, Petar Bjelica, who may be Serbia's best player, is on the bench with 4 fouls as Paul comes to get it, and they set up the offense. Kept across the line by Brown, drives inside and scores. Antonio Brown made that look easy on his way to the rim. Bjelica has 4 points today. Kusturic works with Bjelica. Kick it back outside for Pavlovic. He was looking for Bjelica and he threw it out of bounds. Not on the same page, back to Australia. You think of the quick guards that Australia has up and down the nation. The senior national team has them. Look inside. Bassaran spins and scores. And this U-17 team is no different with quick guards up and down the roster. Watini, Paul, Brown, you name it. They have so many that can be the lead handler. Here's Brown with a burst of speed. Bassaran fouled. Was that against Bjelica? He was down there. Bjelica is headed to the bench. Has he fouled out? The momentum in Australia's favor. Shake and bake from Paul going upstairs. Couldn't throw it down, but he was fouled off the bounce as he was fouled by Milicic. Paul now has 8 points. 6 of them have come at the free throw line. And the lead is back to 18 for Australia. 7-0 run in the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. And another Serbian. Paul for Brown. Brown, reverse layup. How did he get that to fall? Serbia has been held scoreless to start the fourth quarter. A 9-0 run for Australia. The Serbian offense has so many players that can get it done. The foul trouble from Bjelica and him eventually fouling out doesn't help, but they have really been held in check by Australia. Kusturic has 17 points, Lukic has 16, but other than that, Siminovsky has 6. Bjelica finished his day with 4 as that 3 somehow falls. Pavlovic with 3, Milicic and Miladinovic with 2 apiece. Long 3 from Vuk Stepanovic. Look inside and an easy lay-in for Tom Dammers. There is still more than enough time for Serbia to come back, but they're going to have to start finding some buckets that they have not found, especially to start this fourth quarter. Almost another turnover, and now Akur and McCann come back in for Australia. Here's Bassaran. He's had a big day. Yaya Bassaran, 15 points. He's 7 for 8 from the field to go along with 5 rebounds and a couple steals and blocks. Catch and shoot for Akur, too strong. Brown is there for the offensive rebound. Brown looks. Brown, Akur, thought about it. Back up high for Paul. Paul, Brown, shot clock at 0, missed the 3. Luke Paul only has 1 field goal, but he's plus 28 when he's on the floor. Through traffic, Durovic couldn't finish. Luke Paul gets inside, and he scores an and one. Luke Paul doing a little bit of everything for Australia, and the lead guard is 7 for 7 at the free throw line. Lukic, kick it out, wide open 3. Does not go for Galic. It has really quieted down in Istanbul as the tip-in drops in for Šaponić. Up ahead, Australia gets it right back with a jam. Josh McCann throws it down. That was actually Galic on the last bucket for Serbia rather than Šaponić. Paul waits, missed it, tapped around. 4.5 to play, a 19-point lead for Australia, and we have a World Cup legend.